So if we've managed to halve our bill in terms of waste management on this one site, if we apply that across the rest of the group, that's going to save us in the region of £135,000 annually.
And we reduced our water bill last year by over £20,000.
£20,000 for water.
So
wow.
We're saving water,
Yep.
we're doing the right thing,
Yep.
and we're saving 20 grand. Why wouldn't you do that?
At Auto Trader, we are proud to be partnering with the Carbon Literacy Project.
Together, we're rolling out a toolkit to the automotive industry on how you can be more sustainable and reduce your carbon emissions.
As a part of this initiative, we have been visiting some of our partners to see how they've implemented carbon literacy into their business and to show us some of the sustainability initiatives that they have implemented as a result. So I want to touch on sustainability, that's why we're here today, and Sinclair have done a lot with sustainability. Can you explain how your journey started and why you do what you do?
Yeah, I mean, I jumped into my role about 18 months ago. I was previously minding my own business, running the Volkswagen franchise, and got asked to step up to the role of strategic development and really understand what was coming down the road as far as the motor industry is concerned. So we started digging into how can we be better when it comes to sustainability. How can we actually improve the energy we consume, reduce the waste we produce, etc. And the more we looked at it, the more we realised this is becoming a key hygiene factor, that if we want to be a successful business, we've got to be saying the right things about our belief in the future of the environment. So it quickly became a kind of key element of what we as a group want to be doing going forward.
Brilliant. And I presume that you've now set up a bit of a structure internally to help you achieve that goal.
Absolutely. And one of the first things that we then worked on was, look, we've got to engage our staff in this. We can have all the plans we want, but unless the staff are willing to get involved, then it's not going to get anywhere. So we've set up a network of eco-champions, one in every business, and they have the responsibility for doing what we can't, spending the time looking across their sites and finding those little opportunities where we're a little bit wasteful, where we leave the lights on too long, or whatever it might be, bring it to our attention so we can then take action to make the change.
Not only have we trained an eco-champion, but we've trained the entire Sinclair Group leadership team. The board, be it, have all trained to be eco-champions and made an individual pledge and made a pledge to improve their business.
We didn't know at the time was that Auto Trader was on a similar kind of journey. And we moved through the carbon literacy program, and then we found out that you guys have been heading in that same direction as well. And we're not going to make a difference just on our own. There's got to be a bigger movement than that. So it was, personally for me, it was a really good moment when I thought, oh, there's someone else out there who's trying hard on this as well, and we're not all on our own.
Can you just explain some of the sustainability initiatives that you've introduced at Sinclair Group?
So the first organisation we collaborated with was our cleaners and our waste providers. And it came
it's
as
a glamorous job, isn't it?
And it came as an absolute shock to understand that we were using almost 10,000 black bin bags in this business. So as daft as this sounds, the very, very first thing we did was we removed all of the waste bins from the offices and from the showrooms. And immediately we saw a reduction in the waste in those areas of over 50%. We then looked at our workshops and then got absolutely blown away. Our general waste reductions in our workshop and our body shop is currently 76%.
Wow.
We had things like leaking hose pipes. And we reduced our water bill last year by over £20,000.
£20,000 for water.
So
wow.
We're saving water, we're doing the right thing, and we're saving 20 grand. Why wouldn't you do that?
Richard, why are all these initiatives that Clive's just described, why are they important to the Sinclair Group?
If you want to kind of go that extra mile and get a bigger impact, you've got to make sure that you're looking for then the smaller individual actions that staff members can get involved in. But all those small actions, they do ultimately add up to a bigger effect. the bottom line is it makes us more money.
Yeah.
So we, if we've managed to halve our bill in terms of waste management on this one site, if we apply that across the rest of the group, that's going to save us in the region of £135,000 annually. We've reduced our waste by 76% in the workshops. So the CO2 being emitted by trucks driving up and down the motorway is being reduced as well. So massive impact on emissions, massive impact on staff members, and a good impact on our bottom line. What's not to love in that kind of scenario?
Finally, I think I'm looking for a little bit of advice to other retailers that are hoping to go on the same journey. Where would you start? How would you advise other retailer groups?
So if you can get senior team engaged, involved, that's a great place to start, because get yourself a sponsor, someone who's prepared to speak up for this at board level, senior team level. Put your plan in play. Think about where you can improve. Write it down. How do you improve your energy consumption? Where do you use electricity? Where do you use gas? What could you do better? Where do you use water, etc.? Then think about how are you going to engage your people? How are you going to get them trained so they understand the impact they can have individually? And then make them responsible. You've got to get someone out there at a site level who has responsibility for walking through the door in the morning and thinking, well, these lights have been on all night. How did that happen? And how do we make sure it doesn't happen tomorrow? But it is just about that plan. It's about having the steps in the journey that says we'll focus on that, then that, then that, and work your way through it. And don't get discouraged by the fact that, as Clive says, it will take a while, and you'll come up against difficulties and things won't move for a little while, and the pace won't be what you want it to be, but you can get there.
It's harder than you realise it is, but it's not impossible. But if you have that desire, if you have that focus, if you have that purpose, that you're genuine about improving your business and ensuring its sustainability, I absolutely 100% money back guarantee tell you now it's worth doing. It's not impossible.